What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Young Guns podcast. So it looks like today there's been a lot more movement, obviously, leading up to the NHL draft. As you can see over here, Mackenzie Blackwood is who we're going to be talking about today. He was traded from the New Jersey Devils to the San Jose Sharks in exchange for a sixth-round pick going back to New Jersey. Now, Blackwood's an interesting case in the sense that he was drafted 42nd overall in the second round in 2015 by the Devils. He was looked at as this guy that could potentially be the starter for the Devils. He was a really good goaltender, and there was a lot of promise around him, right? And he's 26 years old. Still got young enough, still got the potential to become something good. But, he came into the NHL in 2018-19 and put up really good numbers, 10 wins, 10 losses, 918 save percentage. And there's a lot of promise, right? He looks like a goaltender that I think a lot of people are very excited about, um, you know, dealing with, and so they're excited to see what he's able to bring, and so he does really good in his first season. Then you look at his second season in 1920, he's got 915 save percentage, plays 47 games, 22 wins, 14 losses, 2.77 goals against average. He's got 3 shutouts. Again, very good season, another solid season for him, probably the best of his career considering the fact that he played 47 games. In 2020, 2021, he had a 902 save percentage, so not the best, 14, 17, and 4, one shutout during that time, 902. He struggled in 2020, 2021. And then obviously he dealt with some injuries in between that. There was a lot of uncertainty with Mackenzie Blackwoods. He was out a lot. He wasn't always playing. So there was a lot of, issues with him. And then 2021-22, again, 892 save percentage, 9 wins, 10 losses, 4 overtime losses. He's got a 339 goals against average, 2 shutouts, and just struggled. Didn't have a good year, dealt with some injuries, battled with some injuries. Um, just wasn't at 100% and just didn't play at his best. And then this year, same thing. Although he had a winning record, 10 wins, 6 losses, 2 overtime losses, and an 893, he really struggled when he was in the net. And, New Jersey preferred Vitek Vanacek over him. They preferred Akira Schmid, who came in and played really, really well down the stretch. So Blackwood was kind of, boxed out. He was kind of left on his own island even when he came back from injury, and the Devils just didn't trust him anymore. And it felt like they were kind of heading for a little bit of a breakup. And then he goes to the AHL, plays a conditioning stint, 891 there, 1 win, 1 loss, 6 goals against in 2 games. Not the best, but not the worst. In my opinion, I look at this guy. He's an injury prone goaltender. He's struggled to get healthy over the last couple of years, but he's got a lot of promise. He's still 26 years old. I think that there's a lot of expectation when it comes to Mackenzie Blackwood. And obviously, if you look, Cap Friendly haven't updated the trade yet, but if you look at it, he is a restricted free agent with arbitration rights. I think this is an opportunity where he can go to San Jose and kind of take over in terms of their goaltending situation. If you looked at the news lately, you saw that the San Jose Sharks are not bringing back James Reimer. Um, which leaves their goaltending with Capo Kakinen and now with Mackenzie Blackwood, two goaltenders that are 26 years old. So it makes sense for the Sharks. It's a cheap move. They only had to give up a sixth round pick to do it, which is not bad at all. They have the cap space and they get two young goaltenders, relatively young goaltenders in Kakinen and Blackwood, who can now battle it out potentially in in the net to see who can get the number one starting position. But also, not only that, it also allows them to kind of evaluate Blackwood and see what they can do. I think for me personally, Blackwood probably signs a bridge deal here. I would say probably in the 2 year, let's say 2 million range for Blackwood. Maybe that's a bit low, but I think that's what he signs in kind of like a prove it deal. And I think the Sharks battle it with him and Kakinen. As for the Devils, what does this do? Well, it kind of puts the Connor Hellebuck rumors um, actually make it even more interesting now, right? Because Vitek Vanacek, if you look at the Devils' goaltending situation now, they've got a Kirill Schmid who's 23 years old on his ELC, making 850 a year, and then you've got Vanacek making 3.4 this year and next. There's been rumors about the Devils being interested in Connor Hellebuck. I can see it happening. I could see Connor Hellebuck becoming a Devil. So there is possibilities there, and I think obviously with Mackenzie Blackwood, what they do, they don't really clear cap space because I mean he wasn't signed anyways, but they essentially allow him to sign a contract with the Sharks. They get an asset. It's a sixth round pick. It's still an asset. At least they didn't get rid of him for nothing, which technically they wouldn't have unless they would have given him a qualifying offer. But it looked like they weren't. So that seems to be the situation. And obviously for them, at least they pick up something. So I like this move for the Sharks. Big fan of what the Sharks did here. They acquired someone who, again, played a role in New Jersey's success over the last couple of years, but has not lived up to his expectations recently. And so they're hoping that it's going to become better for him in San Jose. And if you're San Jose, I mean, look, like I said before, you get a young goaltender who's struggled over the last couple of years, but if he can stay healthy and find his numbers back from 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you've got a decent goaltender there, and you can definitely build around that. So for this, I think that both teams come out on top here. I think New Jersey does well getting an asset, and like I said, for the Sharks, they end up getting a goaltender that they can use for the future. So, guys, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this deal? Do you like this move for the Sharks? Do you think it was the right move? And for New Jersey, what are your thoughts? Devils fans, I want to know in the comments below. What were your thoughts on Mackenzie Blackwood? Are you happy he's gone? Are you happy he got traded? And what do you think the Devils are going to do next? So, guys, please leave a comment section in the please leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to tune into our draft live tomorrow. It's going to be a big one. So looking forward to that. So cheers, guys.